Get in! What are you saying to that, YouTube? Come on the Brits! Kicking off this week's video at bib draw. See what Dave is going to get. I'm saying he's getting 8. Sunday morning, time to race. Oh boy, we're looking good today. Clear skies and cold. It really doesn't get much better than this. Actually need to get a move on. It's a serious queue at the scrambled eggs this morning, behind schedule. Top of the morning, Chase, looking absolutely beautiful here at Kitzbuhel. What are you saying, like, Billy? Fresh. Absolutely fresh. Freezing my knackers off, like. Again, I'm not putting that in. Course is looking epic! Yeah, I know, like, we want good conditions to ski, but, like, this is actually just a bit cold. A bit too cold.
This is a proper winter's day, this.
Forecast is raining 3 days, so, shouldn't complain. Wow. Time to head up. Oh, sounds like AJ's going down. This will be interesting to watch. Got some extra goggles on here because I'm not sure what the light's going to be like. Oh, that looks nice from AJ.
Jetzt wird schneller und auch er. He's still got it, yes AJ.
Seems like AJ had a good run. Of course, looks like it runs pretty well. You've just really got to move with the terrain changes. That's it. Easy as that.
He knows what he needs to do. This guy is Dave's bread and butter.
Discipline. Come on.
Riding pushes out to the gate, trying to rekindle those early couple of races on the tour. Nicely settled in, solidly over the skis. The Fisher's working really well. Riding's pushing hard, slightly juiced onto the heels, but gets back on top of that really quickly. Bang in touch, only a tenth behind.
Yeah, he looks great, and he's one who can find that rhythm very quickly, get a very good pressure on the outside ski. His technique is so solid, and he looks really good so far.
Let's hope that he's not being too cautious down here. This is the crucial hairpin, 0.38. Left foot solid. Oh, nice, Dave. Really good as he's gone through the most tough part on this hill. He's flowing, he's moving. Now needs to switch gears, start to release the ski. 0.61 off the pace. Riding needs to tap into those dry slope skills as he looks for speed across the flat. Solid turns from top to bottom, but Riding a couple of errors creeping in. Is he going to be there or thereabouts down into 6th? He's going to have a second run charge. The Brits are pleased. Major pushes out on course and has had some good consistent skiing so far this season. 2 top 20s mean that Major is feeling good and feeling confident. Have a good course report from his teammate and lovely work through those tough turns.
Fantastic turns, and we could see he's getting a really good grip on the outside ski. He's very solid, and this is a great skiing so far.
So relaxed, so calm, definitely out of the Dave Riding school of slalom ski racing, but now looking to push the tempo a little bit as Billy Major charges into 10th, tied with Dave Riding. Riding and May see him put that speed down into the finish area on 2 runs, and Taylor charges out of the gate. And let's see if he can keep the grip because he's pushing really hard. Opening split exceptional, only 700s off the whether that's good enough. I really hope.
Then came the stressful wait to see if I was in the second run. It was tight, but I ended up 29th with one position to spare. So 3 Brits once again in the second run. From here, everything happened very quickly. So before I knew it, I was up in the start gate, ready to go. And it was good to see some fans of the Brits in the crowd.
Spectacle, and we're hoping to put on a big second run. It's the first of the Quinsman. Second run of 23rd in Schladming. There's an opportunity to secure a better result here today. Nice and smooth out of the start gate. He's got 900 per second in front of Henry Christopherson, and we'll look at those turns, snapping off some perfect arcs turns, and he's managed to find 0.3 of a second. Looking comfortable, looking smooth, just needs to keep that hip a bit further forward.
Yeah, he looks so smooth and he's really going for it now. As you said, this hip needs to be a bit more forward, otherwise he's going to get in trouble. But he looks really solid today.
Charging hard, he's built again and up to over half a second in front of him, and he's got through those tricky fall-away turns. Now needs to keep the head, keep the focus of what's coming up. Quick feet through this vertical, he's still got over half a second. Don't let that hip drop back through these last couple of turns. Here comes Taylor, charging, pushing, going to get himself through to the finish here, and Taylor takes the lead by 0.89 of a second. Oh, I'm so pleased for him. I don't think you can underestimate the importance of him getting through to the finish. 10th after the first run, joint 10th with his teammates, and let's see if Dave can find the magic to reproduce the goods. He picked up Brits' first ever World Cup victory on this hill. He's had 2 second places as well. He's only got 0.04 of a second advantage at the start, now down to 0.02 of a second. Nice and clean from Dave. The tempo looks good from me. Let's see if he's able just to keep that intensity from here on in solid turns again from riding.
Yeah, he looks way more intense than the first run. He's really trying to push hard, keep that tight line, and he's almost half a second off.
Oh, that's really good. Lovely and smooth through those tricky turns riding. Bringing the heat. He knows this hill inside and out. He's got great feelings, and he's got a massive 1 second advantage. Dave Riding's charging for a podium here. Can he absolutely nail this last section? This is looking fantastic. Surely Riding leads by a massive 1 whole second. Another top 10 is the Kitzbuhel snow. In time, there's Dave on the first run, and let's see if Major can do the goods as well. Good turns early on, nice and smooth, settles in good solid turn round those left footers. This is looking nice from Billy, really pushing. He should be in touch, 1300s. Dave really did not leave a lot on the mountain, and Taylor, Major, is pushing, but just a little bit of caution. Let's see if we can find 5th and 6th gear on this second run.
Yeah, he needs to be a bit more movement into the downward direction. He's just holding a bit back. You see he's losing time on this section. However, now it's time to release it.
He's so smooth and such a great tactical skier. Let's see if we can find a bit extra. Not quite taking the risk that we were hoping to ski. See from Billy, but smooth nonetheless, and he's looking for a PB here. It's going to go close. Good turn through the end, and Major goes into 5th. Oh, just a couple of extra hundreds, a 10th of a second more, but it's seen him in 3rd place. Oh, it's an opportunity for a PB. Good skiing from him, and
There we go. 3 in the top 20. Held on to things on that second run. Absolute stormer from Dave. Solid one from Billy. Not much more to say about it, to be honest. Get in!
What are you saying to that, YouTube? Ooh, come on the Brits!
Also, mein schlimmstes Rennen war das zwischen den zwei.
Celebrate the wins.
Ich bin das her,
Oh yeah. Dave's body's a temple, not for him. After the race, after our celebratory schnitzels, we drove over to Schladming. Today is Monday and we have a day off. Got to keep things moving, and good thing about this hotel is the table tennis. If you've watched these videos for a while, you know we can't help ourselves with coming and checking out the piste, the recon mission. Looks like a pretty solid base. Couldn't really get that close to the pistes, so you couldn't really tell, but it looked like there was a decent base. We'll have to wait and see. Weather, it's meant to be warm. It doesn't feel that warm, but we're forecast rain. How many mils, Bill?
I don't know.
Too many. A lot of millimeters of rain. It's a waiting game. Ooh. We got Schneefall. Charlie has come down with some sort of flu yesterday. Billy woke up this morning with a bit of a sore throat, so we got some segregation going on. Dave is just doing a bit of free skiing, so just me on the training train. You know what? I think Dave and Billy knew what the weather forecast was going to be, knew it was going to be raining, and sacked me off. But the show had to go on, and I went up for a couple of runs of training. Then back to the hotel to chill. Well then, I'm rooting for you, Cheesy. Oh, rooting for you. Go on, Cheesy.
Jai?
Yeah.
Jai?
Go on then, Cheesy.
That's quite a lot that he's lost there. He's been uneven with his body, he's twisting around too much on the inside here.
And it's steep and it's rough and it's bumpy, and Raposo having a tough time out there, definitely not getting to grips with the Schladming hill, unfortunately, as Raposo's going to miss out here. And down into 54th place, 5 and a bit seconds off. He'll be looking forward to the rest of the World Cups. He went to try and do some more Europa
This
Cups.
was a tough race for Charlie. He had come down with the flu, was not feeling good, and battled his way down. There we go, goggles lined up, making sure they're bone dry, no moisture, can't risk any fog. 1, 2, 3. Gloves all ready to go, freshly moisturised, and it is not raining. Positive, but it's also not cold. With the snow melting outside, it was time to get warmed up and fired up, ready to race, whatever the conditions. Right,
Banana.
tip tops of your hospitality.
Top tips.
Top tips, that's it.
They're not for me. They're for coaches. Coaches. Keep coaches happy and right deep as well.
2 of those runs here today. And Baxter and Jai in the start gate behind there as well. Riding out, of course, in these conditions. It's no secret they aren't his favourite, but this guy has got skills on all types of snow, in all types of condition, and riding, as ever, looking lovely and smooth in his opening turns.
Yeah, he looks quite smooth on top. He just needs to stay aggressive, you know, needs to be active. He knows when it's icy that the surface gives it back to him, but he has to trust that, you know, today he can do exactly the same thing.
And it's all about this steep section now. This is where it's already started to cut up even at this point in proceedings. Hopefully he's not going 2 rounds. A tough angle to see from where we were. Now comes on to the steep a little bit later in the line. Can he start to release the skis? 1.03 off the pace riding. Just pushed into the heel, as we've seen a few races. Now needs to go arrow straight. As much speed as possible through these last few turns. And riding pushing hard, but he's a bit too far off the back.
And I think he's had a great start, very good.
Rain's in full flow, and the crowd is looking huge. serious, they're giving some serious noise down there. It looks pretty cool. Definitely not looking icy. It is on the softer side of things, but I think the base is hard, so it's not a bottomless pit. It is, you know, there's something to it, a track to deal with, but then there's definitely gonna be something to push against. So, from Dave's report, he says easy, but ready for that bit at the bottom there where you come off the pitch. Some turns to be done. Time that one. Well, right now it looks pretty good. Maybe a bit tricky here when I get down.
Let's use those skills as he pushes out to the start gate. Again, we'll know the game plan. Will absolutely be on the charge from the very beginning. He's lost 3/4 of a second in that first flip. A little bit behind the pace as he comes round the dog leg in terms of his positioning within the turn.
Yeah, we said that before, Billy. Now he just needs to move. He just keeps moving, not being too backseated, not being too passive. It looks solid. He will have lost a bit of time there. You know, it's all about releasing the pressure now.
Well, as he comes off the steep, and he's just hanging on to the turns ever so slightly. And I don't think he's going to be able to find enough speed to get himself into a second run. He's becoming so consistent with his body position, but hasn't managed to find the blend on this though. And he goes into 28th at this point, but 3.89 up. And Billy didn't quite have the run that we would have hoped. And let's see how Laurie gets on. Needs to find the groove early and just build on what he brought from Kitzbuhel.
Yeah, he was so active in Kitzbuhel. He's no passive today. Some really good turns here, but it's gonna be tight.
Oh, he's nice and fluid, just about managing to hold on with some good speed in these last few gates, but not quick enough. Finds himself outside of it. 0.34 back. These tough conditions not suiting the two younger boys on the British team, but they've had such a great couple of days with Kitzbuhel, and those are the results that you need to remember when you move on to the rest of the season.
See something special, David.
That's coffee. Pure coffee.
Needs to charge, still got an opportunity. The piece is still in good condition as Dave pushes hard out of the gate. Lovely and smooth through these opening turns. The big advantage he has at the top gives him a little bit of a cushion, but he's still pushing really hard and a big margin still. He'll enjoy these offset turns.
Yeah, he's technically one of the best racers and obviously one of the most experienced ones. He just into that transition now. He needs to stay active, needs to move forward, and then he can take the lead.
Oh, he's got 0.22 of a second, but he has to start pushing the tempo a little bit on the steep, nice and solid. But can he get those edges biting earlier in the turn? As Rocket is clean, but he got a little late there. Has to clean it up as he transitions from the steep. He's still got a green light, not by much though. Dave Riley needs to tap into his tri-slope skiing skills as he comes onto the flat. Oh, he's pushed onto the hill. Emergency recovery moves from Dave. How close can he be? Dave Rocket, the riding pushes hard, he misses it. Oh, into fourth. He's off the rocket. Shake of the head from Dave. Do you know what, Marcel? I think that was pretty good. The conditions are not great out there. Look at the rain in the background. A couple of times got pushed onto the heels, but again, good core strength from the old boy to get back on the front of the ski.
And that was the end of our racing in January. A hectic month with some PBs and some pretty tough days too. After an awesome one at Kitzbuhel, this Schladming was pretty tough. Billy wasn't feeling good. He came down with the flu like Charlie, and myself just didn't quite get in that groove like I needed on the first run. So no second run. And Dave, not his favourite conditions either, so a solid 14th, but wanting more. Since then we've been back at it training, and now sitting here finishing off this video. I am in Chamonix getting ready to race Les Houches this weekend. Thank you for watching this video. Sorry it is a week late. Took a bit more time to get this one up. I think, if I remember rightly, there is a winner to pick for last week's giveaway. Last week's winner is Adam Orzel. You have won the soft shell, so send me a message over on Instagram and I will get that sent to you for this week's giveaway. Bib from Schladming. So if you want to win the bib from Schladming, head down, make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment mentioning the bib, and head over to my Instagram and comment on my latest post saying bib, and I will pick a winner. Stay tuned. Next week, Chamonix, probably as close to a home race on the World Cup tour that I'm going to have, so I'm always excited for that one. It's looking warm, but apparently the piste is in good condition. Stay tuned and see you next week.
Still got another 18, 17 starters.
Aufs Finale, würde ich mal sagen.
Laurie Taylor. With somebody who's only just met. No, not really.